everybody, it's Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica, California. It is Wednesday afternoon. I'm back home between Las Vegas, Laguna Beach, and I am heading to Oakland on Saturday. So today's Wednesday. I'm just home for a couple of days to teach and to film content. I wanted to go ahead and dedicate a chunk of my time today for my new babies that have been recently acquired in my collection. And there's a few different types of mediums that I wanted to go ahead and use today, so I thought that'd be fun for the channel as well as for the collection. I hope you guys enjoy seeing me plant up new babies, and also shout out to my grandma for braiding up my hair. And I am loving my green chrome nails. So there's a bunch of different mediums that I prepped for today's video. I have my coco coir mixture in my white bin, and I have my houseplant soil mixture in my Tiffany blue bin. The first plant that I want to go ahead and work with is my Maranta. Now this was purchased, I believe, I want to say from West Hollywood a while back, and it's just been sitting. If you watch my planting videos recently, just behind me, hanging here right above my water fountain. And I think I want to go ahead and plant it up in one of the white planters that I got from Gardena. I haven't done planter shopping since I did that video, but I think it's gonna look okay with the particular style of planter and the way the style of the plant is. This is the style of pot I'm choosing for the Maranta. Now I don't want to put the Maranta in a terracotta planter because that's a very breathable planter, and Marantas like to be in a moist environment and not like really drying out type of soil or potting mixture. So the Marantas are very picky. I find that if I put them in a terracotta planter where it's breathable and dries out quickly, it's not very happy. So my best bet is probably putting it in one of these planters where the moisture kind of stays in a little longer, or I can go ahead and put it in a plastic planter. But I don't really like plastic hangers unless I'm going to hang it in my bathroom ceiling and it's lighter and it won't fall off of the ceiling. But this is going to take some time to get this plant out of this wire hanger, which I don't like. This will get tossed right away. So this Maranta is a repurchased Maranta. My original one died, probably because it didn't like being in the heat while I was traveling. So this is a repurchased Maranta. I've had this in my collection for a couple of weeks, so I wanted to go ahead and plant it up today. I think the reason why I was holding off on planting this Maranta up was because I was trying to figure out what type of planter I wanted to put him in. Now if I do want to continue to hang this plant above my fountain, I probably would want to put it in a plastic planter to minimize the weight on my DIY hanging system behind me. But I don't have any plastic white planters readily available, so if and when I do come across more white plastic planters, I can easily do the switch. But for now, I'm just using what I have. You guys know, if you keep up with my channel and my planting, I will go ahead and do switches when new plants or planters come into my collection. Now this plant is probably root bound, so I'm just gonna give it a squeeze. And this was probably way overdue. All right. So as you can see, very root bound. I am gonna just give it a little squeeze here, which probably won't do anything because it's so root bound. But I wanna go ahead and take a look and see how the plant would sit in here. And I think this could be a good look. So what I'm gonna do is, and this pot is heavy, so I can't have it hanging. This will have to probably sit on like a plant stand, is what I'm thinking. So this is my little houseplant mixture. This is just regular houseplant soil, and I added in some pumice and some worm castings in it. I'm gonna put a little bit more in the bottom because I want it a little bit higher. So well draining soil. And this plant is overdue to be transplanted. So we'll see if it's going to be happier living in this planter with my small little shovel here and get all in the edges. I might just end up using my hands. So I'm just using one hand here so that I can see what's going on. And then I'm just probably gonna just fill in the edges and turn the planter. This is a very healthy and full Maranta. I think this might be the most fullest Maranta I have out of all of the Marantas in my collection, which they all live in my bathroom because of the humidity. It seems to be happier there. So this makes me happy because this was well overdue. I had this plant in my home hanging out behind me for quite some time. Oh no, we have a fallout. So I'm going to easily propagate this in water. It'll root up and I can go ahead, stick it back in the planter or gift it as a trade. Marantas are very easy propagators, so I'm not worried about any fallouts. And if I can have this in my bathroom, I would love to have this in my bathroom because all of my Marantas do really well. Grandma, you want to say hi to the channel?
Hello.
Grandma's doing laundry. She'll be on the channel soon enough. And it's a beautiful sunny day in Santa Monica. Abby had a nice birthday in Las Vegas and in Laguna Beach. I'll throw up a picture of her and her cake now so you can see. It was Tiffany blue, which is my favorite color. So here is its home, at least for now. What do you guys think? I mean, you can barely see the planter, which is interesting to think about. This is a very lush Maranta. So that was really fun. I'm glad I was able to pot that up. Now for my repurchased plant baby. And this is actually a nice hanger. Like I could use maybe for my greenhouse for propagated babies. So I'll save this one. Now, this is a repurchased baby. A rare plant baby for me, and this is the second time I've ever seen the plant in person. The first time I did see this plant, I purchased it, which was half the size of this one. And what ended up happening was, I think I traveled or something and it didn't like being outside while I was away, and it died on me. So here is my beautiful philodendron micans. I love this plant. There's like hues of like maroon on here. There's like a sheen on it. It's so pretty. So there's a lot of peat moss in here, so it likes to be on the moist side. I'm gonna see how it looks like in this white planter, which I also got from Gardena. And I think I'm just going to put a little bit of houseplant soil on the bottom here. And see if I can just literally sit this thing in here. Alright, so now that I know what it looks like, I'm gonna take the plant out. And I'm gonna get rid of some of the soil here so that it can fit in the planter. Ah, I see what happened here. So this is the original size of the root ball, or like the planter that it was living in, and then the nursery ended up just putting it in peat moss around it. I'm not gonna do too much to the root ball. Just gonna give it a little squeeze. And then with this peat moss mixture, which I know it's gonna be happy in, I'm just gonna put a little bit of my houseplant soil in here. It has pumice and worm castings in it. And I'm just gonna mix it up here. And then with this mixture of mine and the nurseries, I'm gonna put it back into this planter. So that is what I decided to do with this one. Okay, so let's see. That was very interesting. I'm so glad to have you back in my collection. I was so sad when it died, and I tried saving whatever I had, and it just wasn't happy. So here's the new look of the plant. Ideally I would want it in like in a shorter planter, but this is what I have for now, so I'm just gonna work with what I got. If I ever come across a white planter that's shorter, I might go ahead and move it into a new house, but for now I'm just gonna leave it as is. And who knows, hopefully the trails will just cover the planter and you won't even see the planter in time. I am going to keep my eye very close on this plant because I don't want to kill it again, and because it's rare I can't go out and just repurchase the plant again. And if and when it starts trailing on me more, I might go ahead and propagate it so that I can have more babies. So this is going to be the final look for the plant. Let's go ahead and lift it up. I'll clean out the planter at the end of the video, but here's my beautiful micans. Look at that. So that was a really fun plant up. Can't believe I have this plant in my collection. All right, moving on to another house plant that I got from West Hollywood. This is a peperomia that I've never seen before. This is really soaking wet. Let's see here. I have like a planter that just been sitting in my potting bench. I probably got that from Home Goods a couple years ago. So I think what I'm gonna do is try and not really stress out this plant too much. I'm gonna add my soil mixture. It's on the side here. Alright. Let's go ahead and fill up this planter. Maybe a little bit more. I think I'm gonna like it just like that. Ooh, I'm really excited about this one. I've never seen this peperomia before. I swear peperomias seem to always surprise me. I'm always coming across new ones I've never seen before, which is probably another reason why I love collecting them. The perfect weather for all things plants. I'm so blessed to be in a city that is perfect for plants, and also to be able to go to so many different retail spaces to plant shop in person. I think is also something that I love about where I live. Abby's in the house chilling out. I see her now. Abby! Hi, babe! So here it is. I think that is perfect. So now with this mixture, I'm just going to put it back into my Tiffany blue bin for upcoming projects. It's soaking wet. And I am going to work now with my coco coir mixture. And I am deciding to put my rescue rhipsalis that I purchased yesterday in coco coir mixture and see if it likes living in that medium. I think it's going to be happy like no matter what I do with it, because it looks pretty sad right now. So this will go in a water vessel. I'll leave this on the side. So here is my rescue rhipsalis that I got yesterday in Fountain Valley. As you can see, there's some kind of weed, and I could probably reuse this planter for like my greenhouse. So first and foremost, let's get this weed out of the way, and let's see what we're working with. Poor guy. Alright, so here is the condition of the rhipsalis. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take all the soil off. I'll throw this soil in my nursery bin where I house all my nursery soil in. And I use that soil for propagated cuttings for succulents, where I'm not too picky. But let's see if I can get this root ball clean. I'll go ahead and put this into a coco coir mixture. Let's see here, what's going on? Okay, this is interesting. It, like, as you can see, grew in like 2 different sections here. And I might have to cut this so that it can grow better. I think what I'm gonna do is, well, let's leave this on the side and see what's going on with this plant. Yikes, poor rhipsalis. If I feel like I can't reuse the soil, I will always just throw it out. So any fallouts like this, I'm just going to propagate in water. But this thing is a mess, like as you can see. Just slowly trying to separate it. It almost seems like it just kind of, the ends just ended up growing in the soil. It looks crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm trying to rescue you, but I noticed your ends went back into the soil and grew roots. So they're all like joined together. Do you see what's going on? Oh my. Okay. So that's joined. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a crazy rhipsalis. Let's take you off. Okay. I need to see what's going on with this plant. Wow, what is this? Look at this. Okay. So yes, multiple sections of the plant went back into soil and grew roots. Okay. So again, look at this section. It's like joined in weird random waves. But I want to restyle this plant and give it a new home and a new look. So I'm just trying to see what I'm working with here to save the plant. Okay. So look at the way how this one is joined. So random. I'm gonna have to probably plant it up like this. Okay, let's check out this section here. What's going on here? Again, another like random section here. Look at this. I don't know what to do with you. Okay, this is probably okay to plant just like this. And I'm just gonna let this kind of be, I'm thinking. Or I could just, this would be the perfect time for me to cut it. And somehow, I don't know. I don't know, this is crazy. I could cut it in multiple sections. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, with its original nursery planter, I'm gonna put the soil back in here. Looks like pretty decent soil, but I want to go ahead and use coco coir for this baby. My other rhipsalis like this that's smaller that I got from the plant festival is living in cactus succulent soil mixture. So I want to go ahead and play around with this one and put it in a nice coco coir mixture. So I have a terracotta planter And now that this thing is like apart and I can see like the root ball and its craziness, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my beautiful coco coir mixture. So in this particular coco coir mixture, I have volcanic pumice in here, as well as worm castings and orchid bark. So nice yummy mixture for my new baby. And let's see how it does. I'm just gonna go ahead and give one scoop here and see what I'm working with and how I can restyle this plant. So as you can see, nice and chunky mixture for this baby. Alright, so now that I have some coco coir mixture in here, let's see what's the biggest section of this plant, and then I'm gonna work from there. Like, this is crazy. I don't know what to do with you. And I hate to like replant this baby and its craziness. I think I'm gonna kind of leave that section there. And then, oh my goodness, this section is crazy. Okay. I want to say your best look would probably be here. Here in the center, I'm thinking. Okay, that looks good already. And then let's take this chunk of section here, which is also joined like in a random way, and let's see here. I don't know what to do with you. I guess I could do it like this. Okay, and then the fillers, I'm just gonna fill up the planter with the babies that are smaller. I could easily just go ahead and put this, you know what I'm gonna do? I just decided last minute. These loose guys, I'm just gonna put in a small planter, like a nursery planter by itself, for who knows, trades, or you can sell it, make new babies. It's fine. So this is gonna go in a nursery planter. Okay, now this is what I ended up with, and I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. As you can see, this section was like growing in the soil. I'll fix it later, but for now, like, this is the main issue that I wanted to take care of. Now with my mixture, and I see what's going on with the plant, I can go ahead and get in there. I think I might just maybe use my hand and fill up the spaces here. I'm so happy I was able to rescue this rhipsalis. Again, I have this plant smaller, and it's not with hues of red. It's a baby that I got from the plant festival, but as you can see, this thing was living in the sun, and I want to say, like, not being taken care of. Just the way how it's growing crazy. Now for this section here, I can easily go ahead and cut it and make more cuttings, but maybe I'll do that in an upcoming video, propagating from my collection, and that would be like a really good one to start with. But for now, my main concern for today's video is taking it out of its medium that it was in and restyling the plant and putting it into a coco coir mixture. It's gonna be a lot happier in this. This is so satisfying for me. Like, take a look at that. Isn't that stunning? Like, what a world of a difference. And then with the smaller babies, I can put it in a nursery planter for a new plant. So this is the new look. Oh my goodness, take a look at that. What a world of a difference. Again, these ones here, I'll go ahead and I will take care of them in an upcoming propagation video, propagating from my collection. So this section would be the one I would take from, as well as this section here. So these two sections I would cut from. So stay tuned. I'll go ahead and deal with that in my next planting with Jewelyn propagating from my collection video. And I really love the way how this turned out. What a world of a difference. And let's see how well it does. So I like to also do this for my Hoyas, where when I take apart the plant to restyle them, if there's any fallouts or, you know, sections I can take from the mother plant, I'll go ahead and do that then while I'm transplanting and get more babies. So all of these came from the mother plant. Very cool. Alright, so this will live next to my cactus fern and Bob Marley cuttings. Here you go. Looks crazy, but I think I'd rather have it that way than with the mother plant. I'm glad I got this white bin. It's perfect for my coco coir mixture. It's like the perfect bin for me to film with. So I want to go ahead and use my leca balls in one of my plastic planters that I got from Amazon. So if you are interested in this particular plastic planter, all of the products that I use on my channel is in my Amazon store. The link is in my description box. This is my free plant. This is a Marble Queen Pothos, and I want to go ahead and convert it into leca balls. Now my original Marble Queen Pothos, which was really big and stunning, if you watch my channel like 2 years ago or so, it was living, I think, on my coffee table outside in my patio, and from me traveling, it just was not happy, and I ended up just propagating the cuttings that I could save, and it's living in water, in a water vessel in my bathroom, and it's doing fine. There's been new growth, but it's just basically living in a water vessel, and I'm just gonna leave it like that. So for this plant baby, I want to go ahead and see how well it does in leca balls. So trying to get as much soil out as I can. Look at how beautiful this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse off the roots really quickly to get as much soil as I can out, and then we're gonna put it into leca balls. Alright, so here is the root ball, and I got as much of the soil out as I could. Now I have my leca balls under my Tiffany blue table soaked. So my balls have been soaking in my Tiffany blue bin. And now what I'm gonna do is place them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my leca balls planter and work from there. So let's see. I like it like that. Let's get more. So the last time I did my converting houseplant into leca balls, I wanted to use this particular planter because I knew it'd be perfect for leca balls and houseplants. So I figured, why not try it out with my free plant baby? I think that looks perfect. I'm just gonna do a few more. Some there. And I get it styled so that it sits upright. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. So here it is, you guys. My leca balls are in there, and I think this particular planter is just perfect for leca balls and houseplants. It's well draining under this particular plastic planter. and I look forward to see how well my pothos does in this particular mixture. So here is today's beautiful plant gang. I am absolutely in love with all of my babies, whether they're repurchased plants or plants that I rescued. I love having new plants in my collection, and in today's video we did a lot of different types of soil mediums, which was also fun for me to work with. Alright you guys, so that is going to wrap up today's video. I had so much fun working with different kinds of mediums. We have houseplant soil, we have cocoa coir mixture, as well as the leca balls. All of these plant babies are new. I either am repurchasing them because my original one had died, or I wanted to go ahead and rescue another one. And I think the one that I'm most excited about is probably my peperomia up here in the front, because I've never had this plant in my collection, as well as my micans, because this is a rare plant that I killed a couple months ago, and I was really upset about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want to go ahead and fertilize my plant with fertilized water while I'm here, and I will probably go ahead and do this to my collection. Maybe for houseplants. For houseplants, I like going in with fertilizer twice a month. And then for my hardier plants, probably like once a month. And the leca balls can have some too. So, and also while I'm here, and a lot of these plant babies are houseplants, I want to go ahead and mist them as well. Especially for my Maranta. They like to be on the moist side, so I like doing this to my houseplants twice a week to help stimulate new growth. I think that looks good. So let's go ahead and do another plant friend shout out before I wrap up today's video. Today's plant friend shout out is going to go to Galathea. Posted up a couple of days on my channel, and she says here, I enjoyed getting to see your grandmother, makes me miss mine. You're blessed to have such a supportive one. You've been a long distance enabler. I now have 6 different types of sansevieras. I now have my first epiphyte, a tiny starter orchid cactus. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I love being able to inspire you guys, and no matter where you live and what you're living in, there's always room for some kind of plant life. So I hope this inspires you. It is beautiful here in Santa Monica, California. I am looking forward to heading out to Oakland in a couple of days and seeing what's going on in Northern California. I haven't been there, I want to say, probably for a year now. So I'm very overdue. I used to live in the peninsula in the Bay Area for over a year, and I love plant life there. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Hit the bell and subscribe button to be notified on my daily uploads. You can find more on my blog at ILOVEJEWELYN.blogspot.com. Until next time, aloha from sunny Santa Monica, California. Bye!